Stacey and J Sbu.
The name is J Sbu. You and I hang out all the way till 6 p.m. And I cannot wrap the day up without getting into other people's indaba. We call it...
You want answers?
I want the truth!
Confessions.
So we do it once a week on a Thursday. We get into other people's indabas. This week we've got Anonymous all the way from Hillcrest who is feeling a bit emotional about their home situation. Here is the submission from Anonymous. I'm the strong one in the family, the one everyone depends on. But I'm tired and no one checks up on me. Do I speak up or do I keep going? If you relate, if you have an opinion, a thought, please, now is the time for you to shine. You can call us on 087-086-9495. You can also send us a voice note to 061-792-9495. First in line to share their opinion all the way from Drummond. Ryan, welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks for yourself.
Hey, man, I'm good too. Any advice, any thoughts on what Anonymous from Hillcrest is going through?
You know what? Surround yourself with people of like mind. Keep your head down, and it will get easier. You know, because those people will fall away. Hey,
Yeah.
it gets easier.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people of like mind.
And listen, Ryan, may I ask you, have you experienced something similar to this, right? Where
I have.
Yeah.
I'm actually part of 7. I'm part of a triplet, and I've got 4 sisters. So, yeah, you can imagine it's definitely not easy. Like I say, it's pointless putting your hands up in the air, complaining because it falls on deaf ears.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people that are positive and of like mind, as I said, and those people will then help you get through.
Yeah. And Ryan, just to reel it back in just a little bit, right? So as you were saying, you relate to the situation where a lot of pressure is applied on you. You must be the one to provide. Did you speak up? Did you put your hand up to say, hey, guys, this pressure is a little too much for me? Or did you just keep quiet and move on with your life?
I've done both, and it's backfired. Right? It's backfired. So it's tough, you know. So like I said, what I've learned over time is that keep your head down, just move forward, and go through the motions. You know what I mean? Because speaking up can backfire, and if it backfires, it backfires quite severely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can imagine the reply when you say, guys, just can you just ease the pressure? And people are saying, you think you are better than us now, eh? You think you are better than us? Okay, no, I get that, man. Thank you so much, Ryan. Okay.
Cool, no worries.
Danko. Let's go to Anonymous. Welcome to East Coast Radio, Anonymous. There's a reason why you're Anonymous, ne? You got the juice. I like it. You got the juice.
I got the juice and I got the flavor.
Ooh, give me the scandal, man. Talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Let me just ask a question, okay? And this question is directed to... just to you, randomly.
Okay.
Where do you think, if you don't speak, where do you think a person will end up?
Sorry.
If they don't speak up, where do you think this situation will lead to?
Well, it's going to continue happening. It's not going to stop.
Okay, 100%, right? But besides that, it's going to lead to a mental health issue along the line, right? So you're going to find yourself very isolated because why? You put everybody first before yourself, and you put yourself not even last.
Oh.
Sometimes you don't even put yourself in a position.
Yeah.
So eventually, what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself in a dark space because you just saw everybody happy and excited because you gave them the go-ahead. You said, I'll do this for you. Don't stress about it. Yes, money. I'll pick up the kids. I'll do whatever it takes. You end up putting yourself last.
Yeah.
Like literally at the bottom. And that's when the depression, the anxiety, everything kicks into place. And we all know what happens when the mental health issues start to take effect.
Yeah.
It's downhill from there. So I strongly feel, you know is you know. Whether it's at home, at work, outside, living with friends, stand your ground. You may look like the bad person at that point of time, but you are saving yourself so much of problems and so much of situations later on in life that you can eventually look back and be like, I've spoken up. I've said what I need to say, and I'm a much better person. Nobody can take that advantage over me.
Yeah. So Anonymous, I'm gonna turn this back to you, right? Because you asked me a question.
Yes.
If you find yourself in a situation like this, where everyone is leaning on your shoulders, to a point where you start feeling very exhausted, whose fault is it?
Look,
Say it again?
you're gonna have to take one for the team. You're gonna have to blame yourself.
Okay, it's you.
There's no doubt about that because everyone is jumping and walking over like you're a doormat.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to take, and that's the point of time where you're going to reach boiling point and say, hey, listen, I've done my share, I've done my bit. I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do anymore. It's mentally, physically, and emotionally draining me. That's why I say it doesn't only happen at your workplace or at home or somewhere. It happens everywhere. You know, it can happen to your neighbor,
Yay.
A simple person like your neighbor.
Yay.
Can you buy me this? Can you do this for me? You know, there's only so much. We are humans at the end of the day, and there's only so much we can take, do, and tolerate until we all reach a certain boiling point in life where we say enough is enough, and that is it.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Well put. Have yourself a lekker Thursday afternoon, okay? And thank you for your opinion.
Sure. Thank you, J Sbu. Enjoy, brother.
Lekker, man. There you go. Anonymous sharing their advice to Anonymous all the way from Hillcrest. But right now we turn to expert advice from a registered counsellor. Her name is Linda Turner.
So when you're feeling burnt out from being the strong one in your family, you are going to burn out if you don't give yourself some self-care. You need to have some boundaries. So it's wonderful to be empathetic and to be helpful and kind and be the strong one. And some people have a greater capacity than others for this. So it can be something that's more natural for some than others. And of course, there are people who battle with mental health, so they find it far more difficult. So if you can give to these people, it's wonderful. But as I say, you need self-care, boundaries, also encouraging people to take control themselves, encouraging sort of structures that can empower them to move forward and change the situation rather than perpetuating it.
Yep, that is some expert advice from registered counsellor Linda Turner. And now we turn to your thoughts, your opinions, and your advice.
Hey guys, this is PSG. Tip for Anonymous, I think she should keep going and not let anybody know how she feels. God doesn't give her more than she can bear, and she'll get through. She was built for this.
It's time to speak up, bro. If your cup is empty, how can you fill others? So think about yourself until your cup runneth over and ignore them all.
Good afternoon, J Sbu, and this is out there. I say he must just hold his faith. He must pray to God to give him more strength, because God put him in a position to look after his family. That's his mission, you know what I'm saying? So he mustn't open up a can of worms, because there's no time for fishing. All he must ask God to do is give him more strength to carry on providing. He'll be blessed.
Powerful line there coming through from the second person who gave advice. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Stacey and J Sbu, weekdays from 3 p.m. East Coast Radio.